Good morning, one and all. Myself, K. Manjula, Assistant Professor of Chemistry, Nagarjuna Government Degree College, Nalgonda. In this session, I am going to discuss the chapter Phase Rule. This is a continuation of previous topics. In previous topics, we have discussed various terminology that we came across in phase rule and water system, phase diagram of water system, then phase diagram of silver lead system. Now we are going to discuss phase diagram of two component system, that is magnesium zinc system. Various parts of phase diagram of magnesium zinc system like curves or lines, formation of a compound with congruent melting point, areas. Phase diagram of zinc magnesium system. Zinc magnesium system is an example of a two component system in which two metals form a compound with congruent melting point. Here if we observe, the two metals are zinc and magnesium, both are solids and metals, both are miscible. They form a melt on mixing, and at particular composition both of them form a new compound which is having congruent melting point, that is Zn and Mg at particular composition form a new compound called MgZn2. MgZn2. So this is the difference between silver lead system and zinc magnesium system, where in silver lead system silver and lead do not react with each other, whereas in zinc magnesium system magnesium and zinc react with each other to form a new compound. That is, this intermediate compound has a formula MgZn2. This compound melts at 590 degrees Celsius without any change in composition, which is called as congruent melting point. So that is, this phase diagram of zinc magnesium system is taken as an example for the diagram, the system forming a compound with congruent melting point. This is a phase diagram of magnesium zinc system. If we observe this phase diagram, we have various parts. Point A, where zinc is 100% and magnesium is 0%, where the temperature is 420 degrees Celsius. That corresponds to the melting point of pure zinc. And point B, where magnesium is 100% and zinc is 0%, and the temperature 650 degrees Celsius corresponds to the melting point of pure magnesium. And in between there is a peak, and that point is D, that is called congruent melting point. The corresponding temperature 590 degrees Celsius is the melting point at which the compound MgZn2 melts without change in composition. And the important parts are curves, which are discussed in the next slides. So this diagram contains curves or lines, which are AC, melting point curve of zinc, that is AC. This is the first curve. AC, the melting point curve of zinc. Next, BE, melting point curve of magnesium. BE, melting point curve of magnesium. Next, CDE, the whole is taken as a single curve. Here CDE, that peak, CDE. So this is taken as a single curve, which is considered as melting point curve of the compound MgZn2. So these are the main curves or lines which we have to discuss in later slides. That is AC regarding zinc, BE which is regarding magnesium, and CDE which is regarding compound MgZn2. Now apart from this, what are the other important parts we have to discuss about in this phase diagram are the other parts. Points. So the main points we will discuss here. What are the main points? The point A, melting point of pure zinc 420 degrees Celsius. Point A, melting point of pure zinc 420 degrees Celsius. Point B, melting point of pure magnesium 650 degrees Celsius. Here point B, melting point of pure magnesium 650 degrees Celsius. Next, point C, what is the corresponding temperature? 380 degrees Celsius. What it is called as eutectic point 1 or eutectic point C. That is C, eutectic point, where the temperature is 380 degrees Celsius. What is the next one? Point D. That is the congruent melting point at which the temperature is 590 degrees Celsius. D, congruent melting point 590 degrees Celsius. And lastly, the point E, where the temperature is 347. That is one more eutectic point. E, eutectic point at which the temperature is 347 degrees Celsius. So while drawing the graph, you have to remember A 420 degrees Celsius and C 380, D 590, B 650. So the level you have to keep in mind where you are pointing the point. A is below D and D is below B, is lower than B. And in coming to C and E, both are not at same level. C is at a higher temperature, 380. The corresponding temperature is 380. Whereas E is at a lower temperature where the temperature is 347 only. Okay. So these two are not in the same level. This is a little higher than E. So you have to keep in mind this while drawing the graph. And apart from this, we have areas above A, C, D, E, B. So this is the area. And below AC curve, the green area. Below CDE curve, we have light blue area, light purple area. And below BE curve, we have light pink area. And below the eutectic point C, we have one area, yellow. Below the eutectic point E, we have one area, green. So we mainly concentrate on important parts. Now, after seeing the parts of this phase diagram, we discuss about the phase degrees of freedom from the phase rule. We apply phase rule to various parts and find the degrees of freedom in that part. curve AC. Where is curve AC? Yes, in this figure we have curve AC here. Curve AC. So this curve AC has started at a point A 420 degrees Celsius, which is a melting point of pure zinc. Okay, that is the point we are writing. On this curve, the point A 420 degrees Celsius is the melting point of pure zinc. Now along curve AC, what is happening to the temperature? Along the curve AC, what is happening to the temperature? At A, the temperature is 420. Say point here, temperature is a little lower. Point here, a temperature is little lower. Point C, 380, is lower than 420. That is, on successive addition of magnesium to zinc, that is, here the zinc is 100%. Here the zinc is 100%. On going right to on x-axis, what we are going on adding? What percentage is increasing? Magnesium percentage is increasing and zinc is decreasing. On going from left to right on x-axis in this manner. So now as we are going on adding magnesium to pure zinc, what will happen? The temperature is decreasing. So here the temperature is a little lower, here a little lower, like this. Okay, that is what we are going to tell in the next point. The melting point of zinc is lowered along the curve AC by gradual addition of Mg. And one more thing we have to remember here is, from colligative properties, by adding a non-volatile solute to a system, the freezing point will be get lowered. That is depression in freezing point we call. Whereas the boiling point will be elevated, freezing point will be lowered. Yeah, freezing point, or here melting point is lowered. That's why along AC, by addition of Mg, the freezing point or the melting point of pure zinc is lowered. Along this curve AC, the solid zinc is in equilibrium with the melt. So that is, along this curve AC, two phases are present: solid zinc, which is in equilibrium with melt. To understand this, we shall have a little imagination. I will try to explain a little. Just this is my imagination. I am imagining like that. We are starting with pure zinc metal, solid zinc metal. Now heating fire up to which temperature? 420 degrees Celsius. Now at 420 degrees Celsius, what will happen? Its melting point, it will start melting. That is, the zinc will start melting. That is, the melt is formed. I shall show the melt in different color. Of course, okay, same color. Now, what I am going to add? I am going to add magnesium to this. What will happen? If we add magnesium to this, it will dissolve in the melt. That is, it will go into the melt. That is, now there are two states here. One is solid zinc and the other is melt liquid, which is containing both zinc and magnesium. Melt is in which state? Liquid state. So that is, along the curve AC, two states are in equilibrium: solid zinc and liquid melt of zinc and Mg. That is what we are imagining here. So that is why along the curve AC, two phases are in equilibrium, solid zinc, melt, liquid melt of zinc and Mg. So the number of phases P is equals to 2, number of components 2. Why number of components 2? To represent zinc we need the formula Zn. To represent magnesium we need the formula Mg. The solid is having Zn and the melt is having Zn and Mg. So we need two formulae, Zn, Mg. Two formulae means the number of components is 2. Chemical formula, how many chemical formula we are using? 2. Zn, Mg. That's why the number of components is 2. From the condensed phase rule, F dash is equals to C minus P plus 1. Yes, we are here using the condensed phase rule where the vapor state is absent. The original phase rule is F is equals to C minus P plus 2. Here the vapor phase is absent, only composition, liquid phase and solid phase are present. So the effect of pressure is nil on liquid or solids. That's why the variable pressure is neglected. Then the phase rule becomes the condensed phase rule, F dash is equals to C minus P plus 1. That is 2 is reduced to 1. F dash is equals to C minus P plus 1 is the condensed phase rule. By substituting the values, C is equals to 2, P is equals to 2 in this equation, we get F dash is equals to 2 minus 2 plus 1. So 2 and 2 gets cancelled. F dash is equals to 1. That indicates the system is univariant. What do we mean by univariant? Either the temperature or composition must be fixed to define the system. This is the meaning of univariant. Now, coming to the next thing. Next curve is curve B. Where it is located? Curve B. Curve B. Okay. Curve B. Now curve B starts with the point B, 650 degrees Celsius, which is the melting point of pure magnesium, 100% magnesium. Now the first point tells about that only. On this curve, the point B, 650 degrees Celsius, is the melting point of pure magnesium. Now what we observe? On going from right to left, on going from right to left, that is on increasing zinc, that is on successive addition of zinc, what is happening to the temperature? On this curve, the various points, the temperature is decreasing. The corresponding temperature is 650 is lower than 650. Here lower value than 650, still lower, still lower, still lower, and here we got 347, the eutectic point here. So that is what is happening. On successive addition of zinc, the melting point of magnesium is lowered up to E, 347. That is what we are seeing in the next point. The melting point of Mg is lowered along the curve B by gradual addition of zinc. Now along this curve B, which two phases are in equilibrium? Along this curve B, so we started with solid magnesium, and at melting point it starts melting. So melt is present, and on addition of zinc, that zinc goes into the melt. That is, melt and solid magnesium are present along this curve. That is what we are seeing in the next point. Along this curve B, the solid magnesium is in equilibrium with the melt. How? Again, we shall imagine. This time I am starting with magnesium metal. Just imagination. Magnesium solid. Now fire. Heating. Up to which point we have to heat? 650 degrees Celsius. Then what will happen? It will start melting. This solid piece will start melting. So that is the liquid phase will start to appear. Now to this I am adding what? To this I am going to add zinc. Now I am trying to add zinc, a little zinc. What will happen? The zinc will dissolve in the melt. The added zinc will dissolve in the melt. That is, two phases are present. One is liquid melt, which contains magnesium and added zinc. And one more is solid magnesium. So that is, two phases are present along the curve B. Those two phases are solid magnesium in equilibrium with melt. So liquid melt of magnesium and zinc. That is, again, number of phases is 2. One solid, one liquid. Number of components is 2. Two formulae are required to denote the system. Zinc, Mg. From condensed phase rule, F dash is equals to C minus P plus 1. So substituting the value of P and C, we get F dash is equals to 2 minus 2 plus 1. Plus 2 minus 2 gets cancelled. Then F dash is equals to 1, indicating that the system is univariant. That is, either temperature or composition must be fixed to define the system. Now, this is about the curves AC and BE. Now, coming to the curve CDE. Where is CDE is present? C, D and E. This is the curve CDE. Now along this curve, what is happening? This curve, the melting point curve of compound MgZn2. So this curve is called the melting point curve of compound MgZn2. We shall discuss. Along CDE, the solid MgZn2 compound is in equilibrium with the melt. The point D, 590 degrees Celsius, is the congruent melting point of the compound MgZn2. That is, after reaching the point C from A, that is, we shall see, as we have imagined before, we have started with, say, from left side, we have started with zinc, heating up to 420 degrees Celsius, and it will start melting. It is the melt solid zinc. Now we are going to add what? Magnesium to this, which will go into the melt, that is, which will dissolve in the melt to form melt of MgZn. Now the melting point is no longer 420. As we go on adding magnesium to pure zinc, the melting point will be lowered, 420, 415, 410, like that. So up to after reaching 347 temperature, 380, after reaching 380 degrees Celsius, what will happen? The further added magnesium will not dissolve in the solution. It will form a separate solid, that is called MgZn2. That is, it will react with zinc and start forming the solid MgZn2. That is, solid MgZn2 crystals will be separated, start separating from the melt. Now, what are the phases here? this is one phase solid zinc and other phase solid magnesium MgZn2, and the one more phase liquid melt containing Mg and Zn. Melt containing Mg and Zn. That is, after reaching the point C, the situation is becoming like that. That is, a new phase solid MgZn2 is starting crystallizing from the melt. Then three phases are present at point C. So that is, at point C three phases are present, and after C we are looking now we are observing CDE curve now. So after C, the solid MgZn2 is in equilibrium with melt. That is, along the curve CDE, two phases are in equilibrium. They are solid MgZn2 melt. That is, it has started forming a new compound MgZn2. Number of phases 2. Number of components, two formulae are required. Mg, Zn. Two formulae are required to denote all the phases in the system, because as the melt is containing Mg, Zn, so two formulae are required. From the condensed phase rule, F dash is equals to C minus P plus 1. F dash is equals to 2 minus 2 plus 1. F dash is equals to 1, indicating that the system is univariant. That's why, that is what? Either temperature or composition must be fixed to define the system. That is, along CDE also, along CDE also the system is univariant. But what we have to remember, along CDE, solid MgZn2 is in equilibrium with melt. Okay. So this is about the three curves, AC, BE and CDE. Along all the curves, AC, BE and CDE, along all the curves the system is univariant. Okay. What is the meaning of univariant? Either temperature or composition. That is, one variable is must be fixed to define the system. Now coming to the next parts of the system. Eutectic point C. Yes, as we have discussed in the earlier slide, at point C, that is, at point C, three phases are present. One is, we have started with solid zinc, no? We have started with solid zinc, and after reaching C, solid MgZn2 will be separated. That is solid MgZn2. That is, we have started with solid zinc, and after reaching C, that is at C 380 degrees Celsius, what will happen? The successive addition of magnesium will lead to the formation of the compound MgZn2, which is again a solid, and in the melt we have already Zn and Mg are present in the melt. So that is three phases. Two solid phases are present and one liquid phase. One liquid phase is present. That is what we are seeing here. At this eutectic point C, 380 degrees Celsius, the following three phases are in equilibrium. Solid zinc, solid MgZn2, which are in equilibrium with liquid melt. By applying condensed phase rule, F dash is equal to C minus P plus 1. Now number of phases are 2 solids, 1 liquid, that is 3. Number of phases is 3. Number of phases is 3. And to denote all this phase, solid zinc, solid MgZn2, liquid melt, to denote all these phases, which two chemical formula we need? Zn comma Mg. That's why number of components is 2. That is why F dash is equals to 2 minus 3 plus 1, 3 minus 3. That is 3 minus 3 is 0. F dash is equals to 0 invariant. That is that at eutectic point C, the system is invariant. That is, the composition is fixed at this point and the temperature is fixed, 380 degrees Celsius. Both the variables are fixed, temperature and composition. That is the meaning of invariant. We can't change temperature or composition at this eutectic point. That is, the eutectic point is formed at a particular temperature and particular composition. And as in earlier slides, we discussed the term eutectic. What we mean by the term eutectic? So the term eutectic previous sessions we have seen what is eutectic. Eutectic means easy melting. Easy melting. That is, eutectic point means easy melting point. What does it mean? If we see pure zinc melts at 420 degrees Celsius. Pure magnesium melts at 650 degrees Celsius. But a composition, a particular composition, magnesium plus zinc melts at 380 degrees Celsius only. That is, pure magnesium has 650 degrees Celsius melting point. Pure zinc has 420 degrees Celsius melting point. Whereas a combination of magnesium and zinc, at a particular combination, it has the melting point 380 degrees Celsius, which is lower than 650 and 420. That is, at this composition, this alloy is easily melting than the individual metals, individual pure metals. That is why it is called as easy melting point, easily melting. Okay, so that is eutectic point means easy melting point. That is, at that point, that alloy of magnesium and zinc melts at a lower temperature, that is, melts easily than the pure metals. That is the meaning of eutectic. Now coming to one more eutectic point, E. We have two eutectic points in the system as we have seen. That is, one more eutectic point is E, this one, 347 degrees Celsius. So to reach this point, we had to start from right side, from magnesium. Now from magnesium, on successive addition of zinc to magnesium along the curve BE, the added zinc will dissolve in the melt and is in equilibrium with solid Mg. Now after reaching point E, the added zinc will react with magnesium to form a new compound MgZn2. That is, at point E, what will happen? Three phases. We have started with solid magnesium and it is melting, that is, the melt is present, and after reaching the point E, 347 degrees Celsius temperature, what will happen? The newly added zinc will start reacting with magnesium to form MgZn2. That is one more solid. Three phases are present, two solids, one liquid. That is what we are seeing here. At this eutectic point E, 347 degrees Celsius, the following three phases are in equilibrium. solid magnesium MgZn2 and liquid melt. Okay, so we are starting with magnesium, no, that's why solid magnesium, and after reaching point E, the added zinc will react with magnesium to form MgZn2. That is one more solid. Two solids in equilibrium with liquid melt. Now how many phases? Two solid phases, one liquid phase. That is number of phases is 3. By applying condensed phase rule, F dash is equals to C minus P plus 1. F dash is equals to number of components 2 and number of phases is 3. F dash is equals to 0 invariant. That is why at the eutectic point E also the system is invariant. Generally at points the system is invariant. Okay, we have seen the point C and we have seen the point E. Now in next slide we shall see our main important point of this diagram, that is D. About D we will see. Congruent melting point D, that is called as congruent melting point. So this is congruent melting point D. Corresponding temperature is 590 degrees Celsius, which is the melting point of the compound MgZn2. At this point D, the solid MgZn2 melts without change in composition. That is, the melt and the solid both are having same composition MgZn2. That we have to underline. This is called congruent melting point of MgZn2. At D, both solid and liquid phases have same composition. So at D, both solid and liquid phases have same composition. At this point, the main thing we have to remember is at 590 degrees Celsius, the solid MgZn2 melts without change in composition. Okay, so depending on this, we predict the two phases that may be present at point D. What are the two phases we predict? Solid MgZn2 is in equilibrium with liquid melt. So that is at point D, the solid MgZn2 is in equilibrium with liquid melt. Now here solid phase is containing MgZn2 and liquid also contains MgZn2 only. Liquid also contains MgZn2 only. That we have to remember. Both the solid and liquid phases contain MgZn2. That is, number of components is 1, because one chemical formula is enough to represent both solid and liquid phases. What is that chemical formula required? MgZn2. One formula is enough. That's why number of components is 1. By applying condensed phase rule, F dash is equals to C minus P plus 1. Number of phases is, how many number of phases are present? One solid phase, one liquid phase. So P is 2, C is 1. That is, F dash is equals to 1 minus 2 plus 1. That is, C is 1, P is 2 by substituting. So 2 minus 2, that is F dash is equals to 0 invariant. Again the system is invariant at point D. So generally at points the system will be invariant only. So this is about the point D. Now we can observe this phase diagram as this also. We have started like this now. We have started like this now. So we can observe like this also. This is half diagram A, D. So this is half diagram. Say, imagine one more y-axis here. This is regarding MgZn2, this y-axis, and this y-axis is regarding zinc. Now the remaining half diagram. Like this. This is Be. This is regarding pure magnesium. That is two halves. One half is this one and the other half is this one. Now if we divide this into two, we can see as ACD one phase diagram and DEB one more phase diagram, similar to silver lead system. Okay, then the left side is discussing about zinc and magnesium Zn2 and the right side phase diagram is discussing about MgZn2 and magnesium. In that way also we can discuss this phase diagram. Okay, and one more thing, by concluding, by summing up, I am trying to sum up the whole thing. Along curves AC, BE, CDE, the system is univariant, and at the points C, E and D, the system is invariant. The system is invariant. And one more thing, we have area above all the curves, the area that is above the curve A, C, D, E, B. Above the curve, everything is present as melt. Everything is present as melt. And below the points, that is below the point C, below the point E, everything is present in solid state. That is eutectic solid plus separate metal solid. Okay, two solids are present. So this is about the phase diagram of magnesium zinc system, which is a two component system in which at a particular temperature the two components react to form a new compound MgZn2, which is having a congruent melting point 590 degrees Celsius. Thank you. Stay home and stay safe.